Hi, welcome to A Week in Walford, the EastEnders review show presented by two people going up west with Sharon's debit card. I'm David Brown.
And I'm Johnathon Hughes.
This week's headlines: Sharon takes the cash,
Mick gets tortured,
and comedy coma. Well, a few weeks ago you did say that you'd quite like the New Year's Day high storyline to flip and for the women to take centre stage. You've got your wish.
They've listened to me, I have spoken, and EastEnders has listened. Yes, at last, the women are back in charge, which I think was what they should have done all along. I still think it would have been better had New Year's Day involved the women in the first place. But anyway.
Sharon in a balaclava.
Yeah, but you would have known it was Sharon. Yeah, put your hands up. You can't mistake that voice behind
the hair
the
would have been peeking out the bottom, wouldn't it?
And the pouting lips would have kind of come through the wall.
Yeah.
But, so we found out after 92 years this week that Sharon is the one who has the money, and she had it all along. And it's kind of a flip thing because she's done it to kind of teach Phil a lesson, even though he doesn't even know she's teaching him a lesson. No. Or does he know she's got the money? Anyway,
he seems to know something. But what? Because he's sensing a bloodbath on the horizon.
He is sensing a bloodbath.
Yeah.
For what reason? If he doesn't know Sharon's got the money, we don't know. But who cares? Because now it's basically Widows, which is what we talked about a few weeks ago. Remember that show Widows? It was basically gangsters' wives take over the job when the husbands get caught and go to prison.
Starring Anne Mitchell, who is now Cora on EastEnders.
So Anne Mitchell, if you've never seen this show, you need to. She played Cora. She plays Cora. She played Dolly Rawlins.
That's right.
Get your hands off my diamonds. So I think maybe that's why Anne Mitchell came back to the show. Not about Abby dying, because who really cares about that? Still no one's talking about that, incidentally. Here, Tish, I played a gangster in the 80s. Did you, Anne? Oh, tell me all about it. So I think she's basically become the Dolly Rawlins. And I'm loving the fact that Sharon's in charge and she's kind of the kingpin of Walford, aren't you?
There are a few unanswered questions, though, that I'm finding with this storyline. I mean, it's only just kind of been revealed, so we've got to give it a little bit of time. But when exactly did Sharon take the money? And how come she had tons of back issues of the Walford Gazette to put in Ben Mitchell's suitcase?
How did she know he was going to Calais? Because Mel worked out that Ben was going to Dover because she kind of intercepted the cab company. But how did Sharon even know?
Maybe Sharon was stalking Mel, who was stalking Ben. Who was
stalking someone else, stalking me, stalking you. Look who's stalking. Yeah. Also, there's Mel threw in casually that Kira Maguire is her sister-in-law.
Yeah. How does that family relationship work?
Is she related to Steve Owen? He wasn't particularly Irish, was he? I don't know.
Could Mel have married again in the interim?
She could have married again. Yeah. She's been out of the show for 16 years or whatever it is. So she could have. And also, if Kira's her sister-in-law and family, why is Kira holding Mel's son hostage? Because that must be her nephew. What kind of family is this?
Well, talking to people being held hostage, we also had Mick being kidnapped this week. I mean, Sharon, supposedly Linda Carter's best mate, but she's kind of seemingly okay with the fact that Mick was being the screw was being put on Mick.
Yeah, so Linda runs to Sharon's house. They've got Mick. Sharon, you got to help me. It's right, Elle. I don't really care, because I've got the cash. Yeah, why did she let him all along that whole episode when Mick was being Tarantino'd by Aidan Maguire? She let her do it. Another unanswered question.
It definitely is. I mean, what did you think of the Mick getting tortured episode, pre-watershed torturing?
Pre-watershed torturing and the Mick nap.
Yeah, with a crowbar.
I really was a bit let down, to be honest. It promised more than it delivered. Obviously, it's pre-watershed. No one's ears could be sliced off while Steelers Wheel played in the background. I don't know, it was perhaps one accusation too many from Aidan, because this has been going on for weeks, and I don't know. And how was he going to torture Mick? What was it going to involve? We didn't really see much evidence of it. I
think he should have been a little bit more inventive in his torturing. He should have gone like, Michael, I'm going to make you watch all of 2017's episodes of EastEnders.
Oh, yeah. Mate, no, not that.
Not me kissing Whitney.
Oh, leave it at. Leave it at. Not Denise and the pasta.
No, not Michelle driving into that chippy. I'd have confessed. I wouldn't have needed waterboarding. Just show me those episodes again.
Even Whitney, that alone I would have just said, all right.
Yeah, So there should have been like a big screen erected, you know, and just Mick just kind of like changed.
Oh, yeah.
His eyes held open like at the end of Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have no, because that would have been terrifying for the viewers who've now tried to forget 2017.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all seems to be well there. They seem to be kind of believing Mick now, don't they?
I think so. In a way. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We'll see. Anyway, high drama there, but we also had quite a bit of low comedy, I thought.
High drama, low comedy. Well, you need a balance, don't you? So yeah, all the drama was going on with the highest, who's got the money, blah, blah, blah. So over in Comedy Corner, more Masood action. I mean, Masood's really putting up with a lot, I think. Not only is he getting really quite lame comedy strands.
Well, they can't all be Max Branning. You know,
true.
There has to be some kind of light relief.
Imagine if we were all Max Branning.
Yeah, everyone just shouting at each other all day long.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Get anything done, would you?
Being Max Branning, like instead of being John Malkovich, a whole square full of
masks on.
Yeah. Anyway, so Masood is definitely providing an alternative to all that, but he still is having to put up with a heck of a lot of casual racism. Like his first day at the Chippy, he's currying the batter.
Currying the batter, because of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mick's phoning him up for advice on how to make a korma.
Yes.
That's kind of a racist assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
it's gonna flip.
The joke is wearing a bit thin, and I am waiting for Masood's falling down moment.
Oh, completely. He's gonna hold the entire square hostage just for casual racism and inappropriate gags.
And there was another little bit of lightheartedness when Bernadette Taylor suddenly started learning chess.
Yes, I don't know where that's going.
I think it might turn into kind of Empire Strikes Back, and so Ted Murray is like the Yoda to Bernadette's Luke Skywalker.
Chess Yoda.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Learn chess, you will. Monster munch. Because she's always eating crisps, isn't she? That's
a lot of crisp eating.
A lot of crisp eating. She's going to be like the new Gary Kasparov and become. Oh, that's how the Taylors are going to get out of their financial strife. She's going to make millions as a Grandmaster chess champion.
Karen will be like kicking him onto the stage, trying to get out there.
Move your rook. Come on, Bernie.
Yeah. Hitting that clock, hitting the little mini clock.
It'll be the loudest game of chess you've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit strange that kind of Patrick just left Bernadette and Ted to it in this allotment hut, wasn't it?
Yeah, slightly creepy. And also after Ted showed kind of violence when he started throwing the board about, then Patrick leaves a vulnerable teenage girl in the company of a man who's just committed an act of violence.
I'm all for it. Hashtag Tedadette.
Tedadette. You heard it here first.
Well, you can join us in 7 days' time to find out whether Bernie has become a Grandmaster. We'll be back with another week in Walford.